you, Genevieve, and thank you for being here in this newly restored theater to see a newly restored film, and thank you for accepting my opening Gambit. Sorry, couldn't resist. But seriously, this is exactly what I love about the TCM Film Festival. Where else are you going to get a chance to see Gambit on the big screen, I ask you? Show of hands, how many of you are seeing Gambit tonight for the very first time? Oh, many of you, that's great. Okay, well, you're in for some fun. This movie was part of a 1960s Hollywood trend for these stylish romantic comedy crime films. It's kind of a specific little subgenre, but I love it. It started really with Charade in 1963. Obviously, hugely successful. Then there was Top Copy in 1964 with Melina Mercouri and Maximilian Schell. Then 1966 is when the trend really hit its peak. You have Arabesque with Gregory Peck and Sophia Loren, How to Steal a Million with Audrey Hepburn and Kate Jewell, which they showed last year at the TCM Festival. And then finally in December of '66 came Gambit with Michael Caine and Shirley MacLaine. Pretty much the last, though definitely not the least, of these stylish romantic comedy crime film. There's got to be a simpler term, by the way, simpler term than stylish romantic comedy crime film. I'll work on something. Similarly, you might be saying to yourself when you see this movie, there's got to be a simpler way to get your hands on some valuables than the elaborate, convoluted scheme Michael Caine comes up with. Now, I'm not giving anything away, I'm just saying it's not a smash and grab. But then a quick smash and grab wouldn't make much of a movie, would it? This is far more delightful to watch. Michael Caine's role as the heist-obsessed Harry Dean was originally written for Cary Grant. But Grant was retiring and he turned it down. So Shirley MacLaine signed on to play the female lead with no male lead. But in those days, and you TCM fans already know this, in those days women still had serious star power in Hollywood. And if they were big enough stars, they called a lot of the shots. And in the mid-1960s, after The Apartment, The Children's Hour, Irma la Douce, Shirley MacLaine was a major star. By the way, next week she turns 90 and is still going strong. So in 1966, she had enough clout to say, I want this up-and-coming actor to be my co-star. And her wish was the studio's command. Voila, it was done. Although he had only appeared in 3 British films, she happened to see him in the Ipcress File and liked his dry, sardonic humor, she said. So Michael Caine was whisked off from London to Hollywood and given the full star treatment. He later said of his co-star, I couldn't believe my luck in having this powerful, gorgeous woman on my side. Once Shirley decided I was the one, she backed me all the way and I became her protege. From there, it's too bad it didn't really work out for Michael Caine in Hollywood. It's sad. No, kidding, of course. If you followed his career, I think it's safe to say he's done pretty well for himself. It's worked out. And in Gambit, his Hollywood debut, you'd never know it. He comes across like a seasoned pro. He matches Shirley MacLaine's star power note for note every step of the way. Another word about MacLaine. Some of you may know she was a professional dancer before she became an actress. Well, her dance training comes in very handy in a key scene in this movie, so watch for that. She was also known for wearing costumes well, and true to form, she has 5 different wardrobe changes in the first 25 minutes of Gambit before she's spoken a single word of dialogue. So right off the bat, this tells you you're in for a movie that emphasizes wardrobe, art direction, set design, and locations. The art direction and the costume designs by Jean-Louis, in fact, were nominated for Oscars. But the script, the acting, and Ronald Neam's directing are nothing to sneeze at either. Every aspect of the film is cleverly concocted. There's not only an unexpected ending, it's one of the few movies that also has a twist beginning. There are subtle twists and turns all throughout the story, as the characters discover that the reality of committing a crime may not always be as perfect as the plan looks on paper. On that note, I'll say no more and let you experience Gambit for yourself. Enjoy.